Hey, everybody. You know what this is. It's the closing ceremonies of Virtual Trek Con 3. If you had fun in the live chat, say so now. And while you're doing that, please welcome Cirroc Lofton, of course.
Hello, hello.
Superstar cool hat wearer. Brian Volkweiss commented on his hat just a few minutes ago. We have Popcorn Scott Baker.
Hey, I'm down here at the red carpet where they're tearing everything down for the big night last night.
Giggler Melissa Longo.
Hi.
We're all kind of giggling though. And of course, Dr. Mohammed Noor.
Hello, pleasure to be here. Though sad the convention's coming to an end.
Yeah, me too. Oh, my name's Ryan T. Husk. Let's see. Somebody said, yay, Scott Baker.
I say that every morning. That's pretty cool.
You like check the mirror to make sure you're still there. You're like, yay, it's me.
Make sure it's not a shapeshifter. It's like, nope, still Scott Baker. Good.
Homer Freezy out somewhere in New Yeezy says, Cirroc does have a great hat game.
Yes, he does.
Agreed.
Thanks, thank you guys.
Yes,
Much love.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I love the way Raven Dowda, when she was giving out the awards.
Yeah.
Shout out to her and how special she was. I thought her energy was amazing. She looked great in her outfit. And whoever, you know, she needs to be presenting awards. That's got to be on her resume because she's just a natural at that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Love her energy. Also love the thing where she just started doing the snaps, the snap applause.
Yeah.
That was
great.
I got to start incorporating a little bit of that in my my snap
Snaps
game.
really well too. I can't do it that loud. She's got it down.
Mohammed, you got to practice your snaps.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, snap. There you go.
Oh, nuts. So Linda Anderegg says, loved Raven. Let us know, everybody that's in the chat right now, what were the 3 highlights of the last 5 days? The 3 highlights could be Scott's popcorn, could be Scott eating popcorn, could be the cameo that we had of Popcorn Scott. Whatever.
The Mothers of Trek panel.
Mothers of Trek panel. In second behind popcorn, but it was also very boy, this was crazy, right? Wasn't this just so much fun? Mohammed, did you have a few highlights you'd like to throw out there?
Yeah, I'd say if I had to pick just a few, and I'm skipping anything that I was in, of course. I'd say the Mothers of Trek panel. I really like the Women in Warp panel, and actually I really like the Lambda Quadrant ones. I mean, I went to both. I don't know if I could pick one among them, but if I was to pick 3, those are the 3. But I mean, there's so many that I loved. Like today, I loved Connor and Dominic's interview. I thought that was fantastic. Obviously, the Lappy Awards. I figure that's just obvious. I'm setting that one aside. Not including
that's actually why I said pick 3 highlights, was because I was like, if I say pick 1, I feel like everybody. I hope everybody says that. Maybe not though, but.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It was the biggest.
Yeah.
It was the biggest, the most, the longest, the most work, the most things going on, the most popcorn. You know,
there's so many great moments just in that. I feel like that could have been its own weekend, and hate for like overshadow all the other cool stuff. But man, there was like all the guests and obviously the touching moments with Ken and with about Aaron, and it was like a roller coaster of emotions, you know.
You were there with JG trying to troubleshoot Bob's camera.
And how sharp did he look? He looked sharp.
So good.
Oh yeah,
so good. I was surprised a lot of people said that. They're like, my favorite part was JG roasting Bob and Bob not being able to defend himself. Or what was it? Melissa, how brilliant is this? Nikki, right? You said Nikki said it was JG and Silent Bob.
Yes.
Is that brilliant? Or
It was JG and Silent Bob.
A+.
So good.
I'm out of a job now because of her.
I just wish that then in my head canon, Bob could hear himself getting cursed out by JG that whole time, right? So
and then was like pounding the desk trying to talk back.
You may have.
And giving Gowron eyes.
Yeah.
Giving the Gowron eyes. He probably has an outfit on that he wanted to showcase.
Aww.
So in my head, he was really just frustrated and wanting to say, probably talking back to the computer. So that's my headcanon.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Bob, if you're watching this, you should take a selfie of your outfit.
Yes. We really missed out there. But we got a good gem anyway.
I think we still have him. Isn't he still in the waiting room?
Is that who that was?
Speaking of not here, we do have 3 teammates that are not here for various reasons. I believe Anne-Marie Siegel is getting a pedicure right now in New York. So, things are very important.
I think she had a recital to go to.
Something like that. She did mention a pedicure, though, too.
Well,
I think she did the pedicure for the recital, but we do want to give a huge shout out to Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel for really doing a lot of work, helping us out, being a superstar. Also, meteorologist Katie. She was also instrumental last night. Yep.
Yes.
And throughout the show, throughout the convention. And of course, Michael Kenyon Rosenberg bringing up Falling Tower on the other side of things, doing a lot of stuff under the trunk, under the hood for Falling Tower, the other half of the virtual TrekCon trifecta. If you can have that trifecta.
What's his kidney's name again? I forget.
Cornelius.
So Kenny Rosenberg plus Cornelius.
Right.
And when he said that, I actually thought of the late great Don Cornelius, who was the host of Soul Train.
Yeah,
love Soul Train.
Aren't they bringing Soul Train back? I think they're bringing Soul Train back.
They should. I mean, it was a great little show that it was. A Black produced show back in the days, like before it was really common to see that. And Don Cornelius was ahead of the game in that respect, bringing the culture of music to the forefront of television. So little history lesson on Cornelius, but I'm sure that's not why Michael Kenyon Rosenberg named it.
I just have one request. I don't think they're listening to what this guy has to say about Soul Train. But my request is that they do not modernize it. Don't do today's music and today's clothes and today's Go back to the 70s, 70s music, 70s outfits, and just go nuts,
rock
man.
The gold and the afros and the bell bottoms and the roller skates.
I just think the dance line. Yeah, right. The dance line was the key. The key was the final dance at the end where everybody had a chance to do a solo showcase for about 10 seconds of whatever they wanted to do. That was the best part.
The camera.
Yes, and you can't leave out the bowl cuts and the feathering of the hair. And 70s had some great hair.
Oh, yeah.
So let's give a few shout outs very quickly. Over the course of the convention, we've had so many people give us so much time and energy and effort. There are a lot of people that weren't necessarily guests of ours, but that did their own shows. People like Lambda Quadrant that we mentioned earlier, Shore Leave with Marina and Jesse. They were also amazing. Our good friends at Orville Nation, of course, today.
And the Sci-Fi Sisters.
Oh yeah.
Everybody knows the Seventh Rule. Everybody knows Falling Tower, of course. What else? I'm going through the whole list. We have, Sci-Fi Sisters, as you mentioned. Hey, Delta Flyers, Garrett Wong and Megan Elise, half of Delta Flyers showed up for us and showed out.
The post-Lappy show last night with the
Champion
generation and Roddenberry's, man. That was, I watched that. That was really good. It was funny because it was like they took it so serious. Like I felt like we were doing this for fun. They were we're gonna have fun and talk about our favorite moments of the thing, but man, they were analyzing it like it was a serious Oscars or Emmy shows, and Larry Nemechek was getting all worked up. That was hilarious.
Recognize him if he didn't get worked up.
But the pre-show was fun too.
Yeah, let me talk about Saturday first though. We had boys and the people like Ethan Kalk and Mark O'Connell and Mark Zickrey, who did all the lost episodes with us. They were amazing. They were so cool.
Fun.
Life Support Live, speaking of Larry Nemechek, women at Warp were amazing. Tanya Harrison and Abigail Freeman, both doctors, blew our freaking minds on Saturday. Just loved them. We had the science quiz show, which is always a favorite of mine. It's so freaking fun, so charming. The Mothers of Trek, of course, we know all about the ladies that were involved with that. The Zocalo, which is normally a Babylon 5 podcast, they did Prodigy, which was cool. Let's see. Okay, now let's go to Sunday. Sunday was a pretty big day. To Proudly Go did their first coming out party, if you will, in the morning on Sunday. We also had, of course, Doug Drexler. Lambda Quadrant was back. Jane Brooke was great with Muhammad. Muhammad, you were awesome. Disco Does D&D was a great highlight. Of course, we love them. Good job. Thank you so much, Noah AK, for connecting us there and making that happen. Okay. The Lappy Awards pregame extravaganza with Trek Geeks and Sci-Fi Sisters.
Oh my God.
It was a problem. It was a problem because I was setting up to do the Lappies. And as we have to do, we want to keep track of everything that's going on. Put on the show. I'm interested. I'm curious. What are they doing? This is going to be a lot of fun. And it was too fun because I just stopped working and I just sat down and I watched Trek Geeks and Sci-Fi Sisters. And every time I kept telling myself, no, you have a big 2-hour thing to prepare for that's happening in 40 minutes. I was just like, yeah, but this is really interesting. I want to just hear people talk about Star. It almost derailed our whole live show.
Great.
It's a good problem to have.
And Ryan, you did an excellent job. Shout out to Ryan.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
What an excellent job.
Yes.
Just doing the whole maestro situation, just, DJing the whole performance and getting people in and out, shuffling people, especially for that Lappy Award, trying to get that scheduled in so everybody was on time to accept their awards. That was kind of miraculous. So I think you did a fabulous job. You did a
Thank goodness
job.
it all came together. Thank
you.
You
were executive producer and director and star and I was like, oh my God.
Right?
Well, we wrote it all out and it all looked like it was going to work on paper, but it's one of those things where you say, well, and Sirach, big kudos to you because the reason I felt like when I was looking, I was like, I don't know if this is going to work. We've got it all written out, but who knows? And then I just kind of thought, you know what? I'm just hanging out with Sirach like I always do. Let's just have some fun. Let's just have some fun. If Sirach sees a panic look in my eyes, he'll jump in. He'll save me. He'll throw me a life. Totally. You guys all did a few times. I appreciate it. Yeah.
No, it was a definitely collective effort. And Muhammad, you were fantastic as usual. You're just an amazing guy and a golden-hearted person with just amazing knowledge. So I'm sure that's everybody out there sees that, how amazing you are. But I wanted to go really quickly, Ryan, and talk about my 3 moments that I enjoyed. And those all came during the Lappies. And I would say I thought that the Michelle Hurd presenting Nichelle Nichols was just a beautiful kind of torch passing back. I guess is it a backwards torch pass? But it was just a moment of recognition for where we all got our start from and the kind of people that paved the way for us to be here and have these kinds of conversations, discussion, and for us to see the kind of imagery that we see on television. I thought it was great to have that moment to honor Nichelle and her pioneering for Black women and Black people in sci-fi. So that was special for me. And seeing her was also just another magical moment.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing her accept that award.
Totally.
The other thing that, which I think was the highlight mic drop moment was when Kenneth Mitchell gave his speech.
Mhm.
And, every time I see Kenneth and he says something, it's so poignant and it's so moving on a deep level, because it just makes you every word means that much more than I would have if I heard it just in a conversation. When he says it, it just impacts me in a very deep way. And I thought it was great that he was able to talk about Star Trek and the community and the family and how it's helped him cope through the times that he's going through now. So that was special for me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure for all of you who saw it, it was, one of those kind of tearjerker moments.
I'm still not recovered from it. When you were just talking about it, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to fall apart.
It was that
incredible.
He's a great human being and a great ambassador for all of us to be inspired by. And also the moment that meant a lot to me was honoring Aaron, and a kind of a full circle moment for us for him, the kind of beginnings that we had, and for us to come to this point here where we're doing this inaugural event and we're celebrating everybody's participation in this franchise, and for Aaron to get his recognition in his moment as well. And Melissa, I thought you did a fantastic job of just conveying how much that emotion meant and that meant for all of us. So those are my highlights. Thank you very much, Melissa, for that, giving us that inspiration and giving us that hope that, things are going to be okay and that you're doing okay and that Aaron is getting his just dues by being honored properly.
Your presentation, Sirach, was outstanding for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off, Melissa.
That's okay. But I just wanted to say the reason I am doing okay is because of this community right here. You, Sirach, Ryan, Mohammed, Scott, everyone, Anne
Popcorn
Marie,
Scott.
Popcorn Scott, Michael Kenyon Rosenberg, everyone in the chat pack and on the Seventh Rule, and you're the reason I'm doing okay. You've helped me so much through the struggles of the past 2 years, 2.5 years almost. And it's a gift I never expected, but I will cherish always.
I think I speak for all of us when I say you, Melissa, are the reason you're doing okay. We're helping a little bit, but everybody's in awe of your strength and how well you're doing. And you're out there acting every day nowadays, and you're like, I'll try to make it to the closing ceremonies, but I'm going to be on set all week, so we'll see. So you're doing great.
Working on it,
and it's it's a real testament to your own personal strength that you're doing so well.
Thank you.
Popcorn Scott, did you have? You know what? Let's finish going over some. Boy, that's a tease. Everybody's now going to be like, but what does Popcorn Scott have to say? All right. So yes, the Lappy Awards with, you know what? Let's do this very quickly. So the Lappy Awards, including Michelle Paradise, David Livingston, Alexander Siddig, Raven Dowda. Of course, everybody knows our team, Katie, Melissa, and everybody. Mary, Kenneth, Joe Kornbrot of 455 Films, JG and Silent Bob were amazing. Aaron Waltke probably wins for best dressed again.
Oh my
he
gosh.
was super sharp.
Yes.
Oyen Oladejo
Oh yeah.
for joining in. She
yes.
was incredible.
Stunning.
So amazing. Yes.
Mhm.
Stunning.
Andre
Yeah.
Bormanis, thank you so much for joining in. That was amazing. That was awesome. Chase Masterson and their coalition. Michelle Hurd, of course. Nichelle Nichols. Tim Russ. Mike
Tim Russ.
McMahon was hilarious as well.
Hilarious.
Robbie
Yeah.
McNeil, who just got a new family member, and he still found
Oh, wow.
the time to pull away from this adorable baby and record something for us. Big shout out there. Raven again was magical throughout our show.
Yeah.
Everybody was. Also Jane Brooke, the previous
yes.
day as well, was part of that.
Jane.
Oh, Jane was
Great.
fantastic.
Rock star.
What a show. What a show. Everybody coming together. That was
and Connor Trenier and Dominique also
Yes. So
being really
fun.
good sports and joining in. They were awesome as well.
Then we had the post-show analysis afterwards, which we were talking about a little bit. Dr. Trek, aka Dr. Star Trek, aka Larry Nemechek, John Champion, Charlene Smith, Schmidt, and Bree Belke. She's got an interesting way of spelling that last name. Char does. It's a tongue twister. But they were unbelievably professional. They're super knowledgeable, super pro, really made us look good. Same thing with the pregame show. We really appreciate the team that did the pregame show and the team that did the postgame show. Huge kudos to you guys, and thank you to you guys. Then, of course, just today we were hanging out with the Enterprise boys, which was raucous and crazy and fun. Thomas Surprenant, who again moved mountains. Scott drove like 2 hours over and back, edited until 3 a.m. It happened. We had an awesome Romulan by our friend Curtis Fortier, right? Curtis Fortier.
Sure.
Yeah, I was pronouncing it the French way. Sorry. The Trexperts briefing room was amazing. Really had a great time with them. The Orville Nation, of course, we mentioned Brian Volk Weiss, and the closing ceremonies. My 3 favorite parts was when Sirach was like, kudos, Ryan. I was like, no, I mean, no, but Scott, what did you have some highlights?
He did mention Michelle Paradise too, right? I just wanted to make sure.
Okay. Yes, but thank
Good
you.
check.
Yeah. Her middle name
I
is
think...
Gangstas.
She was very sweet. She's very sweet.
She was
Amazing.
She's always so nice. I love her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the awards show and the special awards that we created for Michelle and Ken and Aaron. I think just like thinking about like what Star Trek is about and listening to like Ken's story with Shatner about like being part of the universe and being a tree and the oxygen, and I mean that's the kind of stuff of like why I got into sci-fi and Star Trek, is talking about like moral and ethical dilemmas and our own mortality and what it means to be part of this universe and everything. And so to kind of see that not just be like a story about like what Ken's going through and everything, but how it ties in to Star Trek. It just, for me, I think is super, super powerful and poignant. And even with Aaron, Melissa was saying about how everybody's here in support. I feel like it's like everybody's here on Deep Space Nine, and something happens to somebody, or you're like a crew on one of the starships, and it's all like a big family, and something happens to somebody, and everybody's there to be supportive and to be part of it, and they move forward in the journey that they're all on, and I feel like there's just so many parallels with these stories that we love in Star Trek and what we're doing here, and the Star Trek fandom, and I think that was such a great thing, seeing everybody voting and getting so emotionally invested in the Lappy Awards and what moments they liked and the episodes they liked and everything like that. So to see all those different elements come together into that like 2-hour thing was was pretty freaking awesome. So yeah.
I mean, not a huge surprise that Star Trek fans were excited about voting on their favorite stuff, because I'm like, that's all I ever wanted to.
Still,
but you know, just to add to what Scott really eloquently said, I think another thing that was special is the fact that I felt as if we covered the 55 years or plus of Star Trek, reaching back from the original cast all the way to the animated series, to the Discovery, to Picard. You know, all of these shows got covered. The movies. I mean, in the future, I mean, just to always strive for better, I would like to have more next generation people on Virtual TrekCon 4. So we're going to extend some invites to the next gen, some of the next gen cast. Well,
Sir Patrick, I told him we're full.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's like, but what about on Sir Patrick's Day? You named the whole thing after me, and we're like, it's full. We have to do opening ceremonies.
But he's number one on the wait list, and he knows.
And Riker's like, no, I am.
Oh my god.
Number
no,
one.
I am. No, I am. No, I am.
But you're right.
Riker was not a merry man for not being invited.
Yeah. Right. Right. No, I mean, thankfully we had people that obviously worked alongside of everybody on that show. Guys like David Livingston, whose knowledge goes back and crosses the span. But ultimately, you know, I think that's what was special for me, was covering 55 years worth of Star Trek, and having it mean so much, not just from the perspective of looking at the shows, but also the interaction that now we are able to do in real time, where everybody's able to participate and feel a part of something, and comment and chat and you know, and feel as that we're all having this experience together. So it's really a culmination of what technology allows us to enjoy, which is this bringing together moment. And so, you know, I think that's one of the special things about what we did this go around too.
Beautifully
It's really extraordinary. It's extraordinary that we can all have this experience together, even though, you know, Eve England's in Wales, you know, and other people are
where she belongs.
Maya's in Japan, you know, and you know, it's amazing that we can all experience this together at the same time.
And on that note, I do want to point out very quickly, in the live chat, there have been a lot of people that have been very consistent. They've been saying hello. They've been having their funs. They've been doing their heart emojis. They've been doing their crying face emojis when things were a little emotional. So let's give a very quick shout out to people like Brian D. Mag, Robert Kaiser, Medallion, of course, Kathy D, Linda Anderegg, Chuck A, David Gregory, Scott Jensen, who, by the way, Scott was commenting that he said something about like, great point, Scott, intelligence to match the name or something like that.
That's awesome.
Then there's also Lunar Demew. God, there's so many. DJ Kitty Cat, of course, spinning at the club. We have Glenn Iverson, Sailor Marge, thank you. You are amazing. Fran Iverson, Portia, Domestic, of course, Domestic, you've been amazing as well. Thank you so much. Cerulean Blue has been great. Homer Freezy out somewhere in the internet. Terry Rose, One Trek fan. Everybody knows One Trek fan. She's incredible. Who else? Matt Wilcoxon.
You catch War Dog Heim?
Who?
Yeah, War Dog Heim.
The blue skies of Montana. And DQ, Kimber Spores. Yeah, thank you. David Gregory, Leo Sarmiento. Great. Anyway, wanted to make
Michael
sure.
Kenyon Rosenberg says, I'm in here too.
I didn't even see. Oh, yeah, there he is. Why aren't you in here, Mike? Is he working?
I think
he's like, I got to work, punk.
But I was looking at everybody last night. Everybody was all dressed up, and we were all doing that thing. It's like, man, wouldn't it be cool to like actually be in a theater and have a big awards show where everybody's here? But then But then I was looking at the chat and I was like, it wouldn't be the same. We wouldn't have people from all over the world tuning in to comment and interact and being able to zoom in people. And yeah, it would be like what the Oscars and the Emmys are, where it's this exclusive thing for the people who have access tickets and everything like that. And here we get to chat with all the people who voted and all the fans and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. Yeah,
the accessibility is a really important point too, because I mean, this didn't cost any money for anybody, so they could just literally just need an internet connection. So I guess not more than zero, but not much, and probably most people had that. But there's no travel, no lodging, no like admission fee, so it's great. Also, some people just have mobility issues or anxiety about being in crowds or any of those things. All those things, all these were obviated.
Parking and traffic. That's like here in LA. It's like just that alone. Like
our parking is awesome on virtual TrekCon. Best parking in the world
ever. You don't need your parking validated.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
We're gonna do valet next year.
Valet next year. Yeah.
Who's our valet then? Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. We'll have to vote. We'll have to let the fans
decide. I think Anne Marie should be our valet, because I think she mentioned before that since she lives out in New York, she just never had a car. Oh. So she'll just crash your car for you. She'll be like, okay, it's parked.
I don't want her driving my car. She's never had one.
Medallion has a whole bunch of popcorn, so I think they're suggesting Scott be the valet. Popcorn Scott.
Yeah.
I'm voting for JG as the valet.
Oh yes, JG.
You'll never get your car back.
Ramming speed. Wow.
Ramming speed.
Did we get everybody's highlights of the week? Melissa, did we get yours?
No, you haven't, but I was okay with that, because there's
I know I can't answer it.
There's so many good things that starting on Sir Patrick's Day, the opening ceremonies were fun, as they always are, and then of course Shore Leave was great, and then the next day, Sci-Fi Sisters had a wonderful panel about the top, the top women of Trek.
Oh yeah,
and that was so much fun. There was a lot of fun again on Friday. Garrett and Megan talking with them was fun. All of the lost episodes,
so fun.
So much fun. This should be a regular thing. The lost episodes.
I agree. We might run out of episodes someday, but I agree. I definitely agree. That was so much fun.
Then we need to jump series when we run out of Deep Space Nine. So, all
the lost episodes.
Yeah, there's so much on Friday that I'm forgetting a whole bunch. Saturday, there was some amazing personal moments for me and in the stuff that I was involved in. The trivia
panel was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that came together. That was very special, because all of those women are very special. So I was glad to have that conversation with them. But I was going to mention trivia because it was so fun, and I loved giving wrong answers because I didn't know most of the answers to any of the questions.
Those were funny wrong answers. I loved it.
Well, thank you. And then Sunday, the panel with Lambda Quadrant was fun, and Jane Brooke and Mohammed were great, and then the pre-show was so much fun. And Sabrina was my go-to. So Sabrina, how many right answers did you get?
I think she got 4.
Oh, really? Oh,
I don't know.
but
a lot of people had some very low numbers. I mean, it's not easy to pick between. I mean, if it was between 3 things, okay, but we had between 6 and 9. It's pretty tough, and they're guessing like what the fans all said. So it was very tough. I do want to give a very quick but very big shout out to Rose M. Kirby out in the UK, who says, quote, "I want to thank you for putting this together. A great, memorable time. Don't forget UK as well. Thank you to everyone that took part. Rose saying good morning and good night. Thumbs up, heart, rose emoji, rose emoji." That's it.
Love it.
Thank you,
Yay,
Rose.
Rose.
We love her.
Very nice.
Anyway, I think you might have had a little bit more, Melissa.
Yeah, the weekend's not done yet. So, but of course, the Lappy Awards were incredible. What a surreal experience. It was so moving, and the what an emotional roller coaster from laughing through tears, which it was Dolly Parton's line in Steel Magnolias. Is her favorite emotion is laughter through tears. And that was the Lappy Awards, and it was so special. That was probably the highlight, I think, because of the many special moments in it. And then today, the wonderful conversation with Dominic and Connor was so much fun. I laughed a lot again because they're just hilarious. And then the Thomas Supernaut and all of that, and Orville Nation, and there's just too many good stuff to just pick 3.
Well, and that's why, with just a few minutes left, everybody, here's something to consider, everybody at home. The convention is not actually over. This is kind of a misnomer. We're liars, whatever. We're liars. This is the closing ceremony, but there still are some things going on right after this. Like at its scheduled time, normal scheduled time, we have at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, that's in 4 minutes, post-con viewing. The 7th Rule presents Deep Space Nine's Change of Heart with who? David Livingston. Yay. That full episode is going on right after this in just a couple minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And after that, we have Falling Tower presents Watch the First For All Mankind. That is Ronald D. Moore's new show on Apple TV. And we've got special guests. Oh boy, I don't even remember. Mohammed, do you remember who?
I've forgotten that too.
Dr. Mohammed Noor and Dr. Tanya Harrison, Mars scientist. She calls herself Professional Martian.
Mohammed, you know this.
I remember in the opening ceremony, Ryan read off the wrong person. I was like, wait, that was on that. I thought maybe he just like kicked me out and re-recorded.
And yeah, that'd be sad.
Or
dubbed over
bonus,
you.
And the bonus points, Curtis Fortier, who was in the video with Thomas Supernaut becoming a Romulan, he's in For All Mankind. So bonus points if you can find him in that.
I saw him.
Seen it, so I don't know where he's at in it. So I don't know how big
spoilers
or anything.
But in the Falling Tower review, I do mention exactly where I saw. I was just like, hey,
oh yeah, that's
I know that. That's my buddy. So shout out to Curtis. Thanks for bringing that up, Scott. And then so after Falling Towers, watch the first podcast, we will have the final 3 re-premierings for the people, say in Australia, New Zealand, Alaska, Hawaii, Japan, China, wherever you might be, who weren't awake when that was happening. It's a re-premiering with the full live chat. So stay tuned for all that. We actually still have 6 hours of programming after this.
Wow.
It goes to 3 a.m. Eastern time.
Oof.
Wow.
I need some more cold brew.
This is all you can eat, TrekCon.
The best buffet.
The best buffet style.
So, any final thoughts before David Livingston wows us on the 7th Rule?
Love the con. Loved you all. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for organizing this. Thank you all for just being wonderful human beings.
Ditto, Mohammed.
Yeah.
I'm just. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go. You go.
I was gonna say I'm dreading that conversation with Ryan where he says, "I've got this crazy idea for Virtual Trek Con 4. This time we're gonna do."
Well,
Yeah, Scott always gets very, very nervous when I say, "Okay, I got a new idea. It's crazy, but it's going to be great, probably, hopefully."
Right. Yeah.
Maybe.
Actually, this is the right time to announce Virtual Trek Con 4, or at the very least, the LLAPys, the 2023 LLAPys will be on, everybody ready for it? February 18th, 2023. February 18th, 2023. Wait.
I'm busy that day.
Sorry. February 19th. 18th is a Saturday. This guy's like, I'm busy on that day, I meant.
Wait.
February 19th, 2023. Mark it in your calendars.
Okay.
The 2023 LLAPys. It's going to be awesome.
And can I just say a huge shout out to Ryan T.
Yes.
Husk
Here I am.
Ryan T. Husk.
for
Ryan.
being the captain of this ship and doing it so well. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. And, you know, everybody knows it that's watching. They know that Mohammed, Scott, Anne-Marie, Sirach, Melissa, Katie, and Michael are all instrumental in this, and as are the fans and all the people that connect us and retweet and like and comment and subscribe on the channel and check and make sure. Did I remember to like this video and then check again?
Yeah.
Like this video right now.
Thank you. No, but we love all of you guys at home. Thank you so much for joining us. And that's it. We did it. Enjoy the post-con viewing. Enjoy 6 hours of fun. Mohammed's going to stay up in the live chat till 3 a.m. He's going to go nuts. He's going to love it.
No.
Shout out to roddenberry.com too, Eugene and Trevor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, shout out to you guys too.
Yeah, definitely. Trevor was awesome, man. We met him at 10 Forward.
Yay.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Seriously, we're literally leaving right now. And Michael Kenyon Rosenberg decides he wants to show up. and he's taken too long to join.
He's gonna miss
literally starting in 20 seconds.
Let's see if he makes it or
There
not.
he is. Yeah,
Michael Kenyon Rosenberg.
Hey.
Finally.
We are closing out in 5 seconds. Final thoughts.
I know.
Go.
So what I was thinking.
Oh shit. All right. Thanks everybody. Go hop over to the next video. Tell us how much fun you had on social media. Go on to Twitter and tweet around and have fun. Be nice to each other. Fuck it. Give it a shot, right?
Thanks for being in the chat and watching.
See you soon, guys.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody.